folks.
It's a real thing.
The Edge Morning Show.
We're now in the approach phase. Everything looking good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Welcome to the Edge Morning Show.
With Chris Knight, Eric Johnson, Fox 2's Faust, and Tabitha Hassell.
The Edge starts now.
Time to wake up.
Wake up time!
Wow, you are so not a morning person.
You need to cheer up.
How do you suggest I do that?
There's nothing funnier than morning radio.
Where would I find that?
On the radio?
It's on right now.
All right, not a morning person.
A little slow on the uptake.
Can we start soon?
Let's get this show on the road.
It's showtime.
Hey, it is showtime. Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy Thursday, or what we'll call Happy Friday. We'll continue to let people know. We're going to be off tomorrow on Monday because of the weekend. Chris likes to do that. Chris takes holiday weekends and goes, we're going to take 3 days off, 4 days off.
I like it.
We're like, yay, it's vacation
Tabitha
time.
and I are never happy.
Why? What are you going to do this weekend? No
because
plans?
we like to come in and talk. We like to bring it strong, Chris, boss man.
I mean, the world might fall apart without us.
What will our listeners do? So anyway, no, I've got no plans. I've got zero plans. 0, 0, 0. Anyway, welcome to this show. It's kind of like a Friday, so we're going to make it feel that way. All right, we are packed today, and that's very good. Tabitha, what to talk about? We'll get to this. The worst Biden news ever.
Yes.
Not the way that we even left Afghanistan, according to her. We're going to get into that. Texas, all over the news, and the Supreme Court, with their decision, they are not blocking the state of Texas from stopping abortions after 6 weeks. Major news there. We'll get into how that decision went down. Supreme Court ruling in favor of Texas. That's a very, very interesting one. It gets a lot of people all fired up. We've got sound from a little girl at Chesterfield Elementary. Anybody know people in the Chesterfield School District? Wait until you hear what a mom recorded her daughter saying when it comes to what's going on with the mask in their school. It's the holiday weekend. Dallas Thompson from Missouri Highway Patrol is going to be joining us. We love talking with Dallas.
I'm so excited about that.
To see what's going on. There's more news with Sam Page. I mean, we just went through this yesterday. Mark Carter may be joining us this morning, or County Councilman Tim Fitch. We'll see who comes up to talk about the latest.
There's more.
There is more. This is
it's
not
never ending.
No,
isn't
but
it?
I'm just going to tell you, it's not going away. I can tell you that much. You know, TV media may stop covering it, but it's not going to be stopped being reported on in the Post. It's not going to stop being talked about on this radio station.
As long as there's one case.
There's
one case.
No.
They're going to continue on.
No, Tabby, you're misunderstanding me.
Okay.
Some dealings going on.
Oh.
Behind the scenes is what
so
I'm
it's not
referring.
about COVID or masks.
No.
Thank God.
That's done.
Thank God.
And
Thank God.
you notice there was nothing on the news yesterday about it.
I was going to walk out and leave.
Nothing. Nada.
Good.
So we got that to talk about. We've also got COVID update cases in regards to hospitalizations, kids, things of that nature to get into. And did you see the news about Amazon and their delivery driver and a resident that the Amazon driver was supposed to deal with? Reached out to Ty Dennis to try to speak to him. We'll see if Ty can get back to me. Would encourage people's opinions on this.
Yeah, and we're going to explain when we get into this what the thin blue line actually means.
You had a guy going into a yard, tearing up another man's personal property on his property, saying he didn't care. It was all on video because of a sign. Blue Lives Matter.
I hope he was arrested.
Oh, no, he wasn't
and
arrested.
charged.
Oh, no, he
but
wasn't.
But of course he wasn't. Because it's okay.
He may not even lose his he may not even lose his job with Amazon.
There is no way. Amazon will praise him. They'll probably make a cake for him.
That's just disgusting.
Yes.
Well,
really
nobody
is.
should ever be allowed to bully another person, hurt another person, go onto somebody else's property and damage their property, and then say, well, they didn't like the sign. They felt it was insensitive. Nobody ever should be allowed to bully somebody else in any way, or they need to be called out for it.
And it's against the
You
law.
can't bully
It's against the law.
people. Bullying in any way. You can't bully. You just can't. So
You cannot step onto somebody's lawn and destroy their property. That is against the law.
So we're gonna get
I can't
get
wait
into
until we do.
all of that. So much to get into. I know people start picking us up. They start joining us. You know, it's 100.7 FM, The Viper, The Edge. We'll take your phone calls as well today. 636-695-2915. 636-695-2915. You can also catch us on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show as always. If you think there's somebody that needs to hear us, continue to share it. I like doing that. We're also on YouTube still. I haven't checked that. Do we have people joining us or following us at YouTube?
Still
The
going
Edge
strong.
Morning Show.
Yep, we're still going strong on YouTube under the Edge Morning Show.
All right. Going strong or like hanging in there?
You know, we're not to 1,000 followers yet. That's our goal. I think people tend to like to watch us on Facebook or listen to us on the stream, but we are still on YouTube, and they're less likely these days to delete us than Facebook.
And also, 2 local high school football teams having their high school games canceled. Here we go again, because one person tested positive who was fully vaccinated. So anybody that's around the person that tests positive for St. Mary's, a coach fully vaccinated. So anybody that was around the coach, any of these players, now have to quarantine.
I don't believe you.
If they were not vaccinated.
I don't believe it.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's vaccinated. How could he have
No, we
possibly
already
transmitted
know.
COVID?
Everybody-
Come on, Vic.
Most people know that when you're vaccinated, you still get COVID.
I mean,
by this
doesn't that
point.
make them the perfect specimen?
it
vaccinated?
angers me to see what these kids go through. And by the way, this isn't the school's fault. This is your health department's fault, as we've talked about so many times. St. Charles County, don't think you're out of the woods. St. Charles County has a similar rule. It's the health department. Call out St. Charles County. Call them up. Call out the health department if you don't like it. St. Louis County, same thing. They're putting these rules and they're making these rules up. Well, then they make the rules up. The county does. It's not Sam Page. It's not Steve Ellman. It's not the schools. That's the schools are always going to hang back. It's your county health department. Then the county health department says when it comes to COVID cases and masks, that's the school. But when it comes to the actual issue of separating, quarantining, that's not the school. That's all on the health department.
Insane.
Health departments are doing that. So now you've got all these kids from SLU and St. Louis U who are not allowed to play their Friday night high school football game because one person who was fully vaccinated tested positive. And then kids as young as 16 in some cases who aren't vaccinated have to go quarantine, even though because what's deemed as if you're within 6 feet. This is so silly. 6 feet for 15 minutes, even if you're masked.
It's all silly. All of it.
I'm sorry, Vic.
It's all of it.
That is just stupid.
But
It
look,
is stupid.
but
That's dumb.
think about this.
I want to tell you, you're speaking about this. I had a family member that was basically told you can't come back to school because you were exposed to COVID. So
What do you mean come back to school? Were
you
they-
can't come back to school. And I think
Is this
it was
a
like,
kid or a teacher?
It was a kid. It was a kid. It was a 16-year-old kid. And you have to, it happened, he was exposed last Thursday in the Fort Zumwalt School District. And on Monday, they called the parents and said, hey, look, your son had been exposed to COVID. Questions were asked, well, who, when, where? We don't know. We just know that he was exposed to COVID on Thursday.
They would have to tell you.
They didn't. And on, this is on Monday. He was exposed on Thursday. So if you go get him a negative test on Wednesday, he can come back to school on Friday as long as the test is negative. If not, he has to wait until after the holiday weekend he can return to school. How in the hell are you exposed to COVID? They kicked 250 kids out of school. We talked about this yesterday in Fort Zumwalt. How can you – I just don't understand how you can kick kids out of school that are exposed. You don't even know how they're exposed. But you can go into a damn Quick Trip, any gas station for that matter, and you've been exposed.
Correct. It's only because you don't know.
You don't know.
That's
and they
why.
don't even contract trace anymore.
It's crazy.
It is ridiculous. It is all
It's time to start
ridiculous.
pulling some of them tax dollars back when they start kicking these kids out because you've been exposed.
That's right.
Well, the only state that's really doing something of that nature is Florida. And DeSantis is stuck to his guns on it, so to speak. And now they're threatening to pull funding from school districts that try to impose a mask mandate on kids.
Good.
All I've ever said is get all the information out there. Let's legitimately, critically think, rationally think about numbers that are given, about the whole subject of COVID, masking, quarantining. I'll just really break it down because it's easy to get washed up in all the mess and lose track of what you're really talking about in the first place. Black and white issues, A to B, B to C, not getting all confused with everything else that's going on there. So, you know what? Since we're getting, we got a little time. I haven't heard back. We'll see if we get into the. Let's do this, Chris. Do you have the sound ready to play yet? Can we load the sound? We've got sound of a 4th grade girl. I'll set it up while Chris looks for this. And if it's going to take a while, we can wait because I kind of put you on.
It is going to take a little bit because that's a video, so we have to transfer it over.
Okay,
into a file.
we'll get to her in a second. But with more people joining the show, real quick, here's to recap what we got going on. COVID cases and kids, the whole quarantine issue. Feel bad for St. Mary's and SLU football players not being allowed to play football games tomorrow night because one person in each situation has COVID, or despite being fully vaccinated. We got what Tabitha says. President Biden should be in jail this morning. Am I saying that right?
No question. We all saw, or most of us saw the transcript yesterday between a telephone call between Joe Biden, and Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani, in which, I'm not kidding you, Biden asked him to lie in exchange for support in the form of, we know when we support other countries, it's in the form of cash. That means a pallet of cash would be going to Afghanistan. And Ghani said, you know what? We do need some raises for our troops. We would like some air support. We would like this, and that. You know what? That is called bribery, and that is against the law. Biden could be impeached for it if someone carries it that far. If somebody in Congress has enough spine to carry it that far, that is exactly what should happen.
If there was ever going to be a time, it would be now. Here's the thing. It's dirty at best. Dirty. Now, there's actual evidence of it. That's the problem.
Well, there's
it's not
evidence.
just.
It's not transcript. I don't believe
the whole Russian collusion thing.
Right.
There was never any evidence that was brought forward, which is why it dropped very fast. I know. Was it Schiff? Schiff said, "I've got evidence," but he never showed it.
There was never any evidence.
He never showed any. The difference here is there's actual evidence.
There's a transcript.
And that's
there's a
unfortunate.
recording.
I don't wish bad upon anybody. I know we don't. It's just when you have a recording, it's like,
Right. And there's so much more to it even than that, because not only did he lie, what happened is they knew they were going to lose the situation in Afghanistan.
That became clear, which is sad.
It was going, and this call took place on July 23rd, so it was a little while ago. They knew, this wasn't a withdrawal. It was a retreat against fire, which I said the other day, because it's becoming more evident that that's exactly what was going on. And President Ghani even told Joe Biden, he said, you know what? We are in the process of a full-scale invasion. There's 60 to 80,000 Taliban marching across the country. They had 15,000 international terrorists in the area. And guess what? All these people were converging on Kabul.
Or Kabul.
Or Kabul, whichever one you
want to say.
The way you
say it sounds funny.
I know, but Joe Adams said it the same way.
Gobble.
It's not just me.
Gobble.
And so in the end, we had to get out of there when we did, because there was a full-scale invasion going on. Biden pretty much told Ghani, hey, we don't want this perception around the world. We don't want Americans to think that we're losing this war. We need to change the perception. That's called asking him to lie, and it is against the law.
What's the difference between that situation and Trump asking, hey, how can you, take care of this vote down here? Because you remember the phone call that Trump had.
Of course.
Same things?
No, he didn't ask anyone to lie.
He didn't say, hey, take care of this election here down here or find a way for me to win or for it to be.
No, because what he said was actually he wanted the truth to come out. He wasn't trying to cover the truth. He wanted the truth to come out.
And I'm only said
That's a
that
big
just so you
difference.
can talk
I know,
about
I know. And because
all
people are
incidents.
bringing that up. No, Trump wanted the truth to come out. He wanted transparency. He was asking for transparency. Biden was asking for a lie. You know why? He wanted a lie to save face. He did not want the blood of those 13 troops because we know eventually that was going to happen. We were going to lose troops. He doesn't want that blood on his hand. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about lives lost. He cares about his reputation only.
Well, it is a major issue that we'll take your calls on as well. It didn't hit national media yesterday, but I have a feeling it will today because it is all over the place now.
It was on Fox News last night.
I first saw it released yesterday morning.
I know. I can't believe you didn't bring that up yesterday on the show.
My God, with everything
That
else
was
that's going on,
huge.
oh my
That's the
gosh.
biggest story we've had on Biden.
I say I don't think it is.
Oh, it is by
No,
far.
in your mind it is. In my mind,
in
it's
the
not.
mind of most every American
because
but you.
no, you in the mind you think it should be.
It is. It was all over national news last night.
No, it was not all over.
Eric,
Tabitha.
Vic, it was. I watched it
Tabitha.
with my own eyes.
Okay. Here,
It was
let
on
me- okay,
every
let me give-
single host. Well, it wasn't
okay,
on
let me
CNN.
get you. Oh no.
Or at least they're going to spin
Where?
it if it is.
Okay. Just tell me where. If it was all quote.
I
all
don't watch a lot
if
of
it
news.
was, quote-
I read news. It was all over reading.
Okay. You just said it was all over national news last night.
Yes.
I saw it on Fox. Where else was it?
I don't watch the
Okay.
watch the news. I read
Anyway,
the news.
I think it
was on
certainly should be a national Reuters.
Reuters.
It should be a
Thank you.
national story. It should be. And I think it will be today. I do.
It is a national story.
But most people, when I say most, I'm saying more than 50, 60% of Americans have no idea what's going on with it, Tabitha. Most don't.
People
they don't.
who live under a rock.
And we're just going to have to wait and see how big of a story it becomes. But we're going to talk about that. You won't want to miss this. You're going to hear from a girl, a fourth grade girl, telling her mom what teachers are doing at Chesterfield Elementary. This is the girl speaking, nobody else, when it comes to mask. We're also going to talk about an Amazon driver going into somebody's yard, not liking their signs in their yard, calling the homeowners names, bullying them, grabbing the signs, ripping them up, and throwing them in the streets. And then Amazon saying, well, we'll decide if any investigation is going to take place here. No police activity either. It blows my mind. There should be no bullying at all in society. I think we can all agree about that. We're going to talk to Dallas Thompson, Missouri Highway Patrol, on this holiday weekend. He's got a lot going on. Possibly talking to Mark Carter again. There's another scandal, at least that's what council calls it, a possible scandal brewing in St. Louis County Council with the executive. That's their words, not mine. We got a lot to get to. We'll take your calls as well. 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. Of course, you're the show. You're listening to The Edge 100.7 The Viper. Back in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. This is some great sound.
Edge morning traffic.
Grab the sunglasses this morning. A sunny drive to greet you as you head east on I-70 and 64. No delays in St. Charles County, but 64 eastbound drivers slow through the Chesterfield area. 364 is flowing nicely. Some minor slowing on 370 eastbound at the approach to the Discovery Bridge. In North St. Louis County, big slowdowns 270 westbound from 367 to Washington Elizabeth. Slow northbound 270 from Big Bend through Manchester. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose, and that's your Edge traffic.
Grab your coffee. The Morning Edge will be right back on 100.7 The Viper.
Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extrava Festa Save-A-Thon, the annual year-long event for saving big on home and auto insurance. These savings are available up until and straight through Labor Day, Halloween, Grover Cleveland's birthday, Taco Tuesday, the anniversary of the moon landing, White Chocolate Day. The sale literally never ends. You can come on Jupiter's Ascension, National Pisces Day, but not Leap Day. Just kidding. We're doing Leap Day because every day is perfect for saving money with a home and auto bundle only at Progressive. But for real, we're not doing white chocolate day because white chocolate is gross. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Okay, so if you're like me and still doing your back-to-school shopping, one word, Kohl's. Right now, they have the best deals on the brands my kids love. I got my son Converse sneakers for $60, 25% off Vans tees for my daughter, and 25% off Nike gear for both of them. Oh, but the best part? I got an extra 20% off and Kohl's Cash, too. So I may just have to go back and get a little something for myself. Flex styles, Vans, Converse, and Nike coupons do not apply. 20% offer ends August 29th. Some exclusions apply. See store.kohls.com for details.
The legend lives on. Now 6 weekends at the St. Louis Renaissance Festival. Explore the village with Robin Hood and his crew. Lock your friends in the pit of misery and see birds of prey. Visit the Throne of Swords. Throw axes, then drink like a pirate at the new whiskey and rum tasting and have a brunch at the Joust with the King. Find unique handcrafted gifts at over 75 shops. There are 12 stages of exciting entertainment, including full contact armored jousting. September 18th through October 24th. Discount tickets at Costco, Menards, and STLRenfest.com.
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills all from the palm of your hand. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Curtis Barks. I am the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Family owned and operated since 1973. We've seen a lot of storms. We know what we're doing. We're here to help. Complete Auto Body and Repair has multiple locations in the St. Louis area that handles hail damage and storm damage. So if you had an issue or have an experience where you had to turn in a claim, please reach out to us. We'll handle all the red tape. We are Complete Auto Body and Repair. We handle everything from start to finish. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service!
Oh yeah, and service.
At Boost Mobile, we're giving you a free phone when you switch, and all the power that comes with it. The power to access everything humanity has to offer. The power to connect with anyone in the world. The power to order tacos. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A32 5G when you switch to America's largest 5G network. Information, communication, tacos. Now that's power. More power to save. Boost Mobile. Free phone limited to new customers and 1 per line. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to The Edge, 100.7 The Viper. All right, you can get us on Facebook as well. You know that, 100.7 The Viper on Facebook. Share the show, join the conversations. We appreciate it. Thank you for making polite, educated comments. Thank you for calling in when you do, 636-695-2915. We have open phone lines, 636-695-2915. You can also take us on the go, viperrocks.com. And join us on YouTube at The Edge Morning Show. Okay, coming up at 9:30, Dallas Thompson, Missouri Highway Patrol. It's a holiday weekend. He'll be talking to us about what's going on with Missouri Highway Patrol, some updates for the weekend as well. We're off tomorrow, Monday, because we know Chris likes to take days off around the holiday weekend, and so do you. So we're off. Today is our Friday show. We're going to bring it strong as we normally do. Fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio, taking it at 10 o'clock. Okay, lots to get to still, as we talked about. What happened with this Amazon driver tearing up a person's property because they didn't like a sign that they felt was racially insensitive, and Amazon's basically not doing anything about it. They say, well, we'll have an investigation. No police are involved at this point. We'll get into that. We'll get into some COVID cases. We talked about the quarantine issue. SLU and St. Mary's football players losing their high school football games this Friday night because a coach or two got COVID despite being fully vaccinated. So if kids aren't vaccinated and they're around the coach within 6 feet for 15 minutes, then they have to quarantine. So that comes from your health departments. We'll get into that as well. You can talk to us about the Biden transcripts, which Tabitha alleges is bribery 100%. Then we've also got what we're talking about now. All right. We all talk about masking in schools, and I don't know. There might be one or two maybe schools in St. Louis County that don't have a mask mandate. I've asked before. You guys don't know of any either. Eric, by the way, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much.
Does it feel like a Friday for you?
I just found out yesterday that we're not doing a Friday or a Monday show. I love it. Fantastic. Thanks for the gift.
You love it. Tabitha and I get upset.
Really?
Yeah, because we like coming in.
You know what? It's a chance to recharge your batteries.
You're right. It is.
It is.
You're right. I am wrong. We need them.
Just because you like sugar sandwiches doesn't mean you want to eat a lot of them. You want a little bit of it.
For what? He's right. Again? I'm wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's right. He is 100% right.
That was back in the old days when I was touring. I didn't like taking days off. I liked playing. I liked being on stage, but then they would have the hiatus. It's called a hiatus, right? And you would think you're lucky stars for them because it gave you a chance to sit by the pool and think about things, and boom, you went back on stage and you just felt even better.
Yeah, baby. Well, from the Facebook line, Westminster, okay, they don't have a forced mask mandate, but they also don't have kids in the 4th grade. I thought Westminster starts in the 7th grade. So what I mean but this next sound that we're going to play for you, maybe we'll play it twice.
Well, can we add one more headline to the mix?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever you want fits in here. So on Fox 2 now, record 31 children hospitalized.
That's what I was talking about, the COVID cases.
Yeah. You have to put that into the mix.
We're going to break it down.
I'm ready because it's when you see 31 children that are in the hospital because of COVID and they're having a hard time breathing, what
is it COVID though?
I don't know. Good
That's
question.
What we're gonna break
That's
down.
A great question.
And how many deaths have we had with kids?
I mean, few to
Zero.
none. Yeah.
No, not few to none. Zero.
Okay.
Zero. That's just it. Zero in the St. Louis metropolitan. Zero. But yeah, we're going to break it down. Okay. Yeah, I know we don't have a mandate in Troy. I said St. Louis County, but I'm with you. I get it. St. Charles County does not have most schools don't have mandates, but there are. The Catholic schools in St. Charles County did. Francis Howell has a mandate of sorts, and Zumwalt. Does Zumwalt have one now too, Chris, or not?
I think you have to wear them on the bus.
On the bus, but not in school. So there you go. Okay, here you go. This is sound from a 4th grade girl when she came home from Chesterfield Elementary. What she says is happening in her school when it comes to mask. So we'll play this little girl sound right now, and we'll talk about what she had to say. This was right after school yesterday, talking with her mom.
So in our class today, when you picked me up early, when I went in the classroom, our teacher, she always says, everyone, guys, you have to fix your mask. Make sure it's over your nose or you're going to get a mark on the clipboard. And then when I walk in there, none of the teachers have their mask on. I'm like, what?
From the mouth of babes.
Chris, can we hear that one more time? Once again, let me reset this if people are joining us. This is a 4th grade girl who goes to Chesterfield Elementary telling her mom a story that the mom felt needed to be told. And here is what she had to say.
Also, Mama. So in our class today, when you picked me up early, when I went in the classroom, our teacher, she always says, everyone, guys, you have to fix your mask. Make sure it's over your nose or you're going to get a mark on the clipboard. And then when I walk in there, none of the teachers have their mask on. I'm like, what?
Phone number is 636-695-2950. Yeah, it's so cute, but then you start to think about the reality of what's happening. Why would kids be forced to wear them, but teachers aren't? Why do adults get to take mask off once you sit down for meals in places that force you to wear a mask, but kids can't when they're sitting down at school.
Exactly.
I mean, does any of it make sense?
It doesn't,
It's
and
wrong.
we know why.
That drives it home more than anything that I know, and I know this family. It's not fabricated. It's not made up. I
They're
know.
indoctrinating these
I know the little
kids.
girl as well. That's
Well,
sad.
how do you fight back with this? If you're a kid, do they have? Do the kids are they allowed to have cell phones in class?
No.
They're not. So this little girl could not bring a cell phone into her classroom.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, well, you somehow have to take a picture. You have to teacher shame her and say, "I'm going to take this to the. I'm going to take this to the.
Teacher shame her.
I'm going to take this to the principal."
You may get disciplined or suspended for taking pictures of the teacher, but we got
I don't know
this
what.
out.
Yeah, you take it to the principal. You say, "You know what? We're cool having the mask on, but I think your teachers are supposed to have this thing on as well." Here's a picture of Miss Jenkins not having her mask on. I think you should have words with her. And man, have those kids blast back at her.
Send a little hidden camera in on her.
And then
Well,
maybe
she said not one teacher. She said all the teachers.
that's hypocritical.
It is.
I mean-
I know. And how can the teachers stand there without a mask on and expect the kids to put their mask on and leave it on and yell at them when they take it off or when they move it down or whatever? It's just wrong. But you know what? It's about the indoctrination of children. It's all about control. And so none of that surprises me even the slightest.
And Chesterfield's a liberal place, right? You're not going to see the soccer moms all over the place.
I
over
don't
there.
mixed like
no,
every
it's
area.
mixed like a lot of areas. It's mixed, but once again, this is Chesterfield Elementary. They are not allowed to have cell phones in class.
Okay.
Eric. That came.
I mean, it probably makes sense. I'm
Yeah,
glad. That's good.
we've had requests to play this fourth grade girl's Sound Again with her mom. So here it is one more time.
Class today, when you picked me up early, when I went in the classroom, our teacher, she always says, everyone, guys, you have to fix your mask, make sure it's over your nose, or you're going to get a mark on the clipboard. And then when I walk in there, none of the teachers have their mask on. I'm like, what?
You can feel the pain in this little kid. It's been 1 week. They've been back for 1 or 2 weeks. Wait till this gets into December and
school is hard
January.
enough.
Yes.
I'm going to take this another step further, though. Parents that I know that are all about masks don't even care about this. They're like, fine, I want my kid to be protected. I don't care if the teacher's not wearing a mask. I'm telling you, Eric, it may sound crazy,
Yeah.
but I
And that's
promise
true.
It does sound crazy, by
But-
the way.
the parents that I know that want their kids in masks at school feel this way.
I see.
And then my friends who don't want masks would be like, this is a total hypocrisy
It
of
is.
the worst kind. And like you said off air, kids tell the truth.
Yeah.
For the most part, kids will be honest. They'll be direct.
From the mouth of babes.
Just like that
Yeah.
fourth grade girl who spoke so eloquently just explained to her mom what was going on at Chesterfield Elementary.
I do think it should be a circumstance where it is your choice. It's between you and your mom. If you want to wear a mask, fantastic. If you
Is
don't,
that what's happening?
fantastic.
Are teachers not wearing masks in schools?
Yes, it's what. Yes.
This is the first time I've heard actually from that the teachers are not wearing the mask.
Or if they are, it's down around their chin, right? It is what it is. I just think it's not my fight. I hate to say that. It's not my. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have kids in school anymore. This is between the soccer moms and the principals of these places. It's between the soccer
not
moms.
just the soccer moms.
I hate to say it, but it is, Vic.
I know it's not just soccer moms.
Well, you
There's
know what
all
I'm
kinds
saying.
of parents with kids that don't even play sports or.
I'm generalizing, and
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
I know,
sorry.
I
And
got
it's- and they call mean white ladies Karens. I'm just saying soccer. I'm just saying the soccer moms, the ones that bring their kids to school in the minivans and they dump them out and come on, man.
No, not you. From the Facebook line, Eric. Listen to this, Tabitha. Teachers don't have to be vaccinated or wear masks. True story.
I don't know. I was just going to ask you, Vic, if you knew the context. Did she walk in and maybe it was when the class started and they hadn't put their masks on yet? Yeah. And then they did put their masks on and they carried on with class. I can't imagine that teachers don't have to wear masks during class and the kids do. I can't see that happening.
Eric, a couple comments for you. It's everyone's fight for freedom and liberty.
It is. I believe that. But on a visceral level in the game, it's not mine because I don't have anybody in any school district. I'm just exceptionally pissed off that our government schools, and that's what they are government schools. Let's not kid
They're
anybody.
indoctrination camps.
They're indoctrinating. You're absolutely right. You're right.
Public
Tabitha's
school
right.
is indoctrination camps, as are most colleges and universities across the country.
Well, if you're going to say that, it's also private schools can be sometimes.
Yes, it's
too.
getting that way, isn't it?
Eric, also for you, kids in yoga pants tell the truth. Once again, kids and yoga pants tell the truth.
True.
So
don't wear the yoga pants if you don't want anyone knowing.
So that sound from a fourth grade girl at Chesterfield Elementary.
I feel
I've
sorry.
heard this twice now. If you want to take pictures, use an Apple Watch.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Are all teachers at all times in schools wearing masks? And I'd love to hear from teachers.
I would too, because I don't know the answer.
Yeah, just to be fair to all sides, as we always try to be. We're just trying to get opinions.
There's this
Trying to
thing
get
called
people's
Project
experiences.
Veritas, right? You guys know what Project Veritas
Of course.
is? It's the hidden camera kind of calling out mostly liberals. I think we need Project Veritas for kids, where we say, all right, you're literally 8 years old. I need you to do something for me. And they go in behind the scenes. If you see anything in critical race theory, I need you to film it for me. If you see anything teachers not wearing a mask but making the kids wear a mask, I need you to film that for me. Because these kids, like you said, we don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. And the only reason we got a peek behind the curtain was because of COVID. So I think they need to have a Project Veritas for kids. And I'm dead serious. I think if a teacher is in a kid's face and says, Tabitha, or not Tabitha, but little girl, put your mask on. Make sure it's up around your nose. Don't let it come down or you're going to get a check mark on the clipboard as she has no mask on her face. That needs to be public knowledge, period. I think. I don't know. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, I think we need to know more about what's going on in school. To me, it is absolutely ridiculous that a child cannot have a camera if they want to record a teacher. Maybe they should have a camera in every classroom so that we always know what's going on in the classroom. And they say that they won't do that. And I don't understand why. There are cameras everywhere. Why can't we have a camera in the classroom?
Good question. It's a public school.
I just got a message from somebody who I know. Their daughter heard the clip that we just played. And their daughter said, wait a second. My teacher doesn't wear her mask either.
Really?
And that's from another school in the Chesterfield area.
So maybe we need to be talking to the Chesterfield School District and finding out why children have to wear masks and teachers do not.
Well, it's all, I know. I'm just.
Because that's not right.
I know you can't call kids liars. I get it. But if there's no proof of it besides the child's, that's.
Well, there would be
honest
proof
and
if
it's
you
pure.
ask. I mean, the school district would have to tell you the truth.
It literally is time that every schoolroom has the PTA can fund these things. I swear to God, I can go up to Home Depot and get a small little camera, a web camera that I can port into every day. It's time that we know what's happening to these kids. Hell, I can literally log online and see what's happening to my dog when he's in the pound or when he's, at the kennel. Why can't we do that with our kids? We need to know that that Johnny knows what 1 + 1 is, and not that you're forced to wear a mask, yet I'm not. We need to know every dynamic that happens with our kids.
Well, the school district would have to tell. If we called the school district and asked them, they would have to tell us the truth.
Well, 2 weeks ago, there were 25 kids in the hospital with COVID or dealing with COVID complications, hospitalized.
Yes, sir.
About 7 of those kids were in ICU.
Sad. Very
0
sad.
deaths, fortunately. Last week, it dropped down to about 16 kids, 17 in the hospital by Friday, I think it was, Thursday, Friday. And I think there were 3 kids in ICU. This week, as of yesterday, we had a report of 31 kids in the hospital. And there were 15 kids, I think, in ICU, 0 deaths.
But how many kids are in the ICU because of RSV?
Okay, that's exactly what I was getting to. We're told this is COVID, but they don't test for the flu. We're told that the flu disappeared, But then yet we're also told that the flu's coming back strong this year. So get your flu shot. And if you ask about RSV, we don't test for it.
That's insane.
But do they test for it when they
So
come
we
in?
don't
Well, wait a
know.
minute. So when they're in
They
the
don't have the numbers, Eric.
They
What?
can test for it. They're choosing not to test for it.
Okay, so they're using an opportunity, you're telling me? That can't be
I'm
right.
not saying that. I'm just telling you what I know from talking to the task force.
Well, they probably don't get kickbacks from kids that have RSV is what I'm going to guess. So if you don't test for RSV, because there is a test for it that will differentiate, I'm going to guess if a kid has COVID, the hospital is going to get a kickback. That's my best guess.
Is there ever going to be a day when we can talk to a hospital administrator, maybe in the future, 20 years, and go, you know what, there was this time?
Maybe
Because they're
once
not
they've retired.
Yeah, is there ever going to be a hospital administrator that writes a book that says, my life during the era of COVID, when we can know what was going on? Yes, we coded certain cases as COVID because you, public, didn't know that we happened to make $5,520 for every coded COVID case.
Well, I'm sure we have a listener.
Seriously.
We have a listener who has a child that has RSV right now, and they took their kid to the doctor, and the doctor tested them and said it's not COVID, it's RSV.
Well, where was this?
One of our listeners, I don't know if they want to talk about it. I think they're listening today. Their child has RSV right now, or had it last week, and they took their child into the doctor. The doctor said it's not COVID. They tested the kid for COVID. They tested him, and they said it's RSV. It's not COVID.
But is that kid hospitalized? Was
no.
that from our Facebook line?
It is somebody that's on our Facebook line,
Okay, because
yes.
I was looking at this other study. I wanted to let you know this. According to St. Louis Children's Hospital, respiratory viruses, all of a sudden saw a major decline during the pandemic. Respiratory, gone.
Yeah.
Totally gone.
Vic,
but now we're being told they're coming back. And
right,
I talked to a member of the legal council for Washington University, and he told me last week it was shocking. He's like, we're not even accounting for RSV.
Yeah.
And this is not some slappy who's against he's all for vaccines and he's for masking. And he's like, we're not even including RSV cases.
The only person you could literally talk to right now is Dr. Tannehill. He is right there in the middle of the triage of all this
we
garbage.
Can get Dr. Tannehill back on.
But he doesn't seem like he wants to. He doesn't seem. And not just him.
He's actually
not just
studying
him.
and looking and trying to be as
fantastic.
But he also said that flu disappeared last year.
And so did this RSV thing, and so did other respiratory viruses, and so did. But nobody except for my doctor, who I'm blessed to have, will ever come out and say anything negative about COVID. It's like, if I do, COVID's going to get me. No doctor wants to be on the record, it seems like, to say, you know what? We have flu, we have this other virus, we have allergies, we have this. Everything comes in coded COVID for some reason.
Eric, you need to go undercover to any of these Chesterfield schools as the uncle,
janitor.
As the uncle.
As a janitor. Like
bringing lunch in, pretending that this is your niece.
I'll do
with
it.
Written permission.
I'll
from
do
the
it.
parent.
I'll do it.
I don't think that's going to work.
I'll put a mustache on, a moustache. I will put on a pair of reading glasses and a gray jumpsuit, and I'll walk around as the janitor, and I will just find out what's going on in these schoolrooms. I'll be like the guy in Breakfast Club. You remember him?
Which one?
I don't remember.
The janitor.
Yeah, the janitor in Breakfast Club. I am the eyes and ears of this place.
I totally see the comparisons. We're laughing a little bit and joking about it, but these are some of the issues that are going on right now at school with the cases, the things of that nature. I don't really know. That's why Tabitha and I both agree that things are going to get worse in the next few months before they get better, because flu season's actually going to hit.
Oh,
and
of course.
then here's the problem that you have to remember. Seriously, break it down, regardless of how you feel. Let's get rid of all of the crap, the water washback, clear it out right now. Right now, we're told testing does not determine between COVID, the variant, and flu, much less talking about RSV. That's the basic PCR testing. If somebody has different information, please let us know. But that's what one of our reporters found out when we called SSM and we called Total Access Urgent Care to find out exactly what you have and what you don't have. I send my kids total access urgent care all the time. I love it. We've had total access urgent care on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's what we were told when it comes to the testing. Remember, we're going to go through flu season before there's a new PCR test to actually determine things when it comes to 2022.
Yeah.
That's not until January. So we still have to go through September,
The bad
October,
days. Yeah.
November, December. We got 4 hardcore months of the same kind of testing. So I'm just saying, look at this from an analytical standpoint. 4 more months of the current testing that we have, and we already know the testing's flawed, and we don't determine exactly what something is. If every case is COVID, then we have issues. But if you have flu mixed in, if you have RSV mixed in, something else mixed in, we need to give the numbers. I've always been a big believer in it. Give the numbers, but give all the numbers. Don't be selective in your numbers. Give every single, and I don't care if you say, well, there's not enough time or there's only so much space. No, you got to give all the numbers. You can't just pick and choose. A headline like 31 kids hospitalized. That's like, oh my God.
And
Well,
that's exactly what they do.
It is above the fold headline.
That's in
on
an
your,
area of 2.85 million people in the St. Louis metropolitan area. With no accounts for flu.
Another headline on Fox 2 Now.
Fox 2 Now.
Is early COVID-19 shutdowns helped St. Louis avoid thousands of deaths. How the hell do you know that?
Prove that. They don't know that. That's a bunch of BS.
And I didn't read the story. I just read the
I think WashU came out with that.
Fantastic. That is bull crap.
Yes, it is.
It is junk. It is junk reporting.
That's like people saying, oh, you got the vaccine, and now you have a breakthrough case, and you're so lucky you got the vaccine because you'd be dead right now.
Yeah.
There's no way to prove that. There's no way to know. It's just a BS headline to get attention. It is ridiculous.
But one thing, too, I just look at this, and I'm assuming our person was wanting to make sure that this was there. But Dr. Tannehill also said he's never treated more people who needs to be on ventilators now than ever before. So that was something that's different.
We're in the middle of a respiratory
and that's a fair point. That
onslaught,
really is.
Apparently, with this RSV and COVID and the flu that has just disappeared into thin air, gone. We're in a respiratory viruses and illnesses right now. They're all over the place. That Vax thing that you can buy at Walgreens, you know that one?
Yeah.
I read a story yesterday that said it's not picking up any of the new COVID strain, that Delta thing. That you can test all you want and it doesn't come back as COVID.
Well, it's not going to tell you what strain. And with those tests, I don't believe half those tests are accurate. The whole thing just drives me nuts. But, and I've talked about this many times on the show. There's maybe people who haven't heard it when it comes to children's cases. Children, as we all know, are very minorly affected by severe COVID. They had that Mercy in Kansas City that did that report. 6,000 kids in that area tested positive for COVID. And the big headline was, oh, the ICU is full. Well, guess what? Out of 6,000 kids that tested positive, only 10 of them were hospitalized with COVID. All of the other kids that were filling up the beds at Mercy Hospital in Kansas City, none of them had COVID. It was all RSV and other issues. It's ridiculous.
And this isn't to downplay COVID. COVID's real. COVID kills people, and it affects some people in a horrible manner.
Many, very few.
And there are people who have the effects of it after, which we're starting to see on our Facebook line as well. So that's real. But we're also trying to get into the fact, separate the fact from the fiction, and give all the numbers. And that's what we're trying to do.
And you're right.
Make sure everybody knows every statistic, not so that it's played just one way.
Do you know what the numbers are now? And surprisingly enough, today, I just checked these numbers yesterday because someone I know has severe COVID. And I'm like, I wonder what the incidence of this person having severe COVID is. So I looked up the new updated numbers, and guess what? They are the same breakdown as what they were on day one, which was 15% of all infected people have mild to moderate cases where they may seek medical help. Only 5% of all cases that are infected have severe symptoms. That was from yesterday. That's a brand new report, only 5%.
And I believe Tannehill told us what he was starting to see, it was at least 80%, if not 90% of all cases that went to an ICU were people who were obese. He's like, so there's other health issues that are there.
And that's the same for children. 34% of children who end up with severe symptoms are obese. I just read that report the other day.
Only 34%?
Only 34%.
Okay.
But then there's like 15% are asthma. Their children have a lot of other comorbidities besides obesity, of course. And we also need to remember what Dr. Tannehill said, which was to me the most important thing ever. All of 100% of the people in his ICU have never had COVID in the past, and all were vaccinated. I mean, not all were vaccinated. They were unvaccinated, but had never had COVID in the past.
But that wasn't the trend, the numbers too, what they're telling us. It was out of the 566 people that are hospitalized yesterday, I think 88 were fully vaccinated, is what the hospital tells us. So those, Eric, you asked yesterday for numbers. We want to talk about some of those numbers, and that's where we are with those numbers. So we'll continue to talk about this if you guys want, 636-695-2915. But right after this break, we're going to dive into this issue of the Amazon driver going into a yard to tear up a sign that he felt was racially insensitive. And Amazon has his back.
Well, what do you think? Come on. Of course they do.
Do you know how easy it would be to fire somebody?
From Jeff Bezos' company? Come on.
Not going to fire him for that.
Jeff probably has a seminar every week on how to destroy yards with racially sensitive signs.
I'm sure he does.
Allegedly racially sensitive signs. But once again,
what was it, an American flag?
Do we all get to decide what is insensitive to us?
And none of it matters. It's your personal property. You can have anything you want in your yard.
Exactly.
Anything you want. Freedom of speech, personal property.
Is it all right to bully somebody? What do you do about it? You won't want to miss this subject when we come back. And this older couple that were just sitting there, thankfully it was on video. That's why video cameras are so good. So awesome.
They need to be in the classroom, don't they?
That's already an hour. Fastest 2 hours of morning talk. Yeah. Fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio right here on The Edge. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. If you take a quick break, don't go anywhere. Come back here. We're going to talk about this. We'll take your phone calls as well on it. 636-695-2915. Share the show, 100.7 The Viper. We'd love to hear if you've had any incidents like this as well, or if you're dealing with it, or what you would do with it. Plus, we've got the Biden talk with the transcripts that have been released. That's got Tabitha fired up. And we'll see where we go on the show. We're off, by the way, tomorrow and Monday. Back with more Edge right after this.
Edge morning traffic.
Light volume on Highway 61 out of Wentzville this morning. No delays right now on I-70 headed east from the 6470 split through O'Fallon and into St. Peters. Traffic continues moving across the Blanchette Bridge. Earlier, 64 eastbound flowing through the Chesterfield area has cleared. In St. Louis County, delays for Highway 6440 drivers headed east from 270 through Lindbergh. North County traffic remains bumper to bumper headed westbound from New Halls Ferry to Washington Elizabeth. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose, and that's your Edge traffic.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Hi, Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peters. Right now, we're paying top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. At Bellman Car Connection, we'll take anything on trade, van, Jeep, truck. Spring into a quality pre-owned car, truck, Jeep, SUV, or van today. The inventory is always fresh, so hurry in today before someone else buys the one you want. Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peters at Highway 70 and 370, where you will never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. The new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Hey, it's Shanny from the Legendary Lunch, and I want to tell you about my friends at Mascot's Bar and Grill, 4881 Mexico Road in St. Peters, right by the Recplex. And if you are looking for a place to hang out with your friends, it's Mascot's Bar and Grill. If you want delicious food, it's Mascot's Bar and Grill. From their appetizers like the giant pretzel, this thing is bigger than your head, to the steak sandwiches, the value menu, to the legendary lunch special. That's right, Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 3, you go in and tell them that you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want the legendary lunch special. It's a $5 half-pound burger and fries. That's right, $5 half-pound burger and fries. Better than any fast food burger you will ever have. And on Sundays, all day long. That's right. The legendary lunch special goes all day long on Sundays. Stop by and say hi to Jen and Rob. You will have a great time. Musical bingo, food, fun, friends, and family. It's Mascot's Bar and Grill.
Hi, it's Julie again with Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville, Missouri, located at the intersection of Wilmer Road and Interstate Drive. We offer on-site security and 24/7 access. We are proud to have served as your one-stop shop for all your moving and storage needs since 1984. Right now, we are offering $25 off moving or a free month storage for new customers. For more information, visit us at bensmovingandstorage.com, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook for future storage sales. Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville.
Join us Monday, September 27th for the St. Louis Police Department's North Patrol Division Fall Golf Tournament. Gather a group for the 4-man scramble at Sugar Creek Course in High Ridge for an 11 a.m. shotgun start. Tournament includes lunch, contests, silent auction, raffles, drinks on the course, and more. Hole sponsorship is also available, and 100% of the profits will support North Patrol officers. For details and registration, contact Officer Brian Recht at 314-444-0074. 444-0074.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Viper weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray with my Thursday forecast. It's a beautiful day today. Sunny skies, nice, comfortable humidity, 79, 80. That's it for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy. Evening temperatures in the 70s, 60 for the low. On Friday, partly sunny, but more and more clouds will be taking over. A couple of showers possible late in the day Friday into Friday evening, 79, 80. Now, Saturday looks unsettled with periods of showers and thunderstorms. Actually, some heavy rain possible at times. Temperatures holding in the 70s on Saturday. Sunday, sunny and 82. Monday, sunny and 85. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show is coming right back. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
In a story that we'll get into here in, I don't know, about 10, 15 minutes or so, the Supreme Court upheld the Texas ban on abortions past 6 weeks. It was a 5-4 decision. We'll get into that, talking about that in the state of Texas. You hear a lot of people excited about it. You hear a lot of people not excited about it. It's certainly big news across the country. Also big news. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says they will not discuss the leak of damage and biting call with the Afghan president in what some allege was bribery. Psaki's dodging the questions about it despite being asked. She says that it's not just the call transcript. The whistleblower complaint would likely have more details. We need both, not just the call. So we'll see how far that goes. Millions of people in the Northeast are getting hit by the remnants of Ida. The death toll's rising. Did you see the subway overflowing with water in New York City? First time it's ever happened.
I did.
Insane video of what's going on there right now. Also, St. Louis Cardinals yesterday split a doubleheader, so they're still a couple games back in the wild card chase. They won the first game, lost the second game. This is interesting. St. Louis police pursued a driver in a stolen go-kart last night. The stolen go-kart ended up between two houses on Emerson Avenue, North St. Louis, just before midnight. Police spotted the go-kart hours after it was stolen. Officers said a man with a gun stole the cart from its owner.
Of course.
Got to watch your go-karts, man. And also, a Eureka business owner at Brookdale Farms is warning about alleged ticket scams for an event that's not scheduled at his venue, despite it saying that. So if you're buying tickets for that, be sure you are getting the right stuff. And a janitor found a gun at Lime, the Lime student to face expulsion after a janitor finds a loaded gun in the restroom. It was at Hancock High School. So let's look at your morning headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
The Edge Morning Show.
Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. Ready for the next hour? The first hour flew by as it normally does. The fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Phone number 636-695-2915. Coming up at 9:30, we've got Dallas Thompson with the Missouri Highway Patrol. It's a holiday weekend. We're off tomorrow and Monday, by the way. We'll talk to Dallas about the holiday weekend. Of course, we love it when you give the show a call, 636-695-2915. Share the show on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. And, of course, you can catch us at ViperRocks.com. Before we get into this Amazon story, Tabitha, Joe Rogan, who said he had COVID-19. Did you see what he said he treated himself with?
I didn't. I just asked someone. I don't know.
It's ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
Well, good for him.
What
Smart
happened?
guy.
What
He
was the
says a
outcome?
wonderful. He said, basically, he said he took a kitchen sink worth of medications to combat the virus, including the monoclonal antibodies, which are all which are in St. Louis right now, Z-Pack, the steroid prednisone, a NAD drip, a vitamin drip, and even ivermectin.
Oh, so, I mean, any one of those things could
The
have
anti-parasite
been what
drug
helped.
typically made for livestock that the CDC and FDA have warned humans against taking.
Which is wrong, by the way. And I'm not even.
I got the response I wanted.
It came late, but I was waiting for it.
She'll murder someone.
One in anything.
Damn, Tabitha.
Any of those things could have gotten him through COVID. So, I mean, we can't, in this particular case, we can't say, oh, it's the ivermectin that did it.
You bought stock in ivermectin, didn't you?
You know what? I tried to, but there is no stock in ivermectin.
I was waiting for you to ask Ron Khrushchevsky that the other day.
I did. I've already asked him.
It's a penny stock.
Did he laugh at you?
No, because this was early on. But no, there is, you can buy stock in Merck, but right now it's not really patented, and a lot of different places make ivermectin. There is no stock on ivermectin.
So
Trust me, I tried.
What was Joe's path to healing? Did he say it came quick, or did he say he went through the whole rigmarole of? Because I didn't see this. Did he say that it was a quick recovery, or what was it?
No, he didn't. He didn't really say. I was looking for the rest of the stuff with the story. He was just talking about that. He did not clarify if he took ivermectin for livestock or if he received prescription from his doctor.
He got the paste. I can tell. You would have told. He would have said, "I got the human."
I bet he
crap."
got the paste. No,
I would assume he has the paste, yes.
Is that what you use for horses?
Yes.
But it's a human drug.
Well, I thought it was for livestock.
It's been used in humans for hundreds of years. And then they began to use it in animals. But you know what? That's the same as so many other drugs. The Z-Pack, that's a human medicine first. And guess what? They use it in animals. And if you buy the animal version, my PSA is don't do this. But if you buy the animal version of the Z-Pack, guess what? It's the exact same thing, same ingredients, same thing with ivermectin, same ingredients. There's zero difference.
We have people who listen all over the country, and we have a listener from Vegas, and she says that their livestock, they don't let you buy it from their livestock areas in the Vegas area.
At a lot of places, you have to show them pictures of your horses. Believe it or not.
So you could just drive down the road and take a picture of some horses, right?
You could. For a while there, Rural King was making people show, is what I've heard anyway. I didn't try to buy it at Rural King, but they said that they were making people prove, oh, do you really have livestock? But otherwise, you can order it on Amazon and any other number of farm and home.
Oh my
and
God!
And it's just fine. I have taken so much ivermectin. And I haven't grown a tail yet. It's some good stuff.
That's what they say. I took it 3 times myself.
And
did you really?
I did too. Yes, I gave it to the drummer of PRL.
Almost. I think
you got it
your
from
entire band
Tabitha,
has
didn't you?
taken it.
Did you get it from Tabitha?
I've given him like
I did.
six
She gave me
tubes.
2 of them.
I think it's more than 2. I think everybody in your
really?
band has taken.
That's right.
Tabitha,
you
for as
did.
much as we talk about ivermectin, it should be a major sponsor for you in the show.
No
Coming up at
kidding.
9.
I mean,
Except for that, you know why it couldn't be a sponsor? Because it to treat one person with ivermectin, it's less than $1.
You know why it couldn't be a sponsor? Is because as soon as she started talking about it, Facebook would take us off the air.
Yeah.
They already do sometimes.
Google would take us
But
off
you
the
know,
air.
though-
FCC would take us off the air.
I did notice that here lately, when I make ivermectin posts, they do not censor it at all. For a while
What?
there, I got Facebook jailed for talking about ivermectin. But you have to remember, a lot of the Facebook checkers live in India. They live overseas in these other countries where ivermectin is used to save lives.
Tabitha, one of our Facebook viewers, wants to know, how much paste do you take?
Good question.
This is definitely crossing the FDA guidelines here.
I would
So
be real careful right now.
I'm not going to say this
Yeah.
is for humans, but I'm going to tell you. I can only tell you about my own experience without us getting deleted from
Yes,
the show.
she is not.
Yeah,
I'm not-
I wouldn't
am
do. I wouldn't tell
I'm
anybody.
not telling other people
Yeah.
to do this, but first of all, ivermectin is safe in very high doses, is what you can read online from any doctor. No one has ever died from ivermectin usage. And I will tell you that what you do when you buy the tube, what I did, not what you do, what I did is I took one click. I woke up on an empty stomach, which was what a doctor in Brazil told me. He said, you wake up on an empty stomach, you take one click, regardless of
What
your
is
weight
one
or
click?
size.
What's a click?
One click. If you buy a tube of ivermectin, it has a plunger, and that plunger it's marked off with lines called clicks. So one click is the amount between 2 lines. It's a very tiny amount. It's about the size of a peanut M&M, a very, very tiny amount. And you take that on, I took that on an empty stomach, and then you wait 30 minutes. Oh, with a full glass of water. I have to add that in. With a full glass of water, you wait 30 minutes before you consume anything else. And it's like one click will do you. I never took it again. When I had COVID, I had 0 symptoms. I had the tiniest bit of sinus pressure, which may have had nothing to do
To
with
be
COVID.
honest with you, when you had your antibodies checked, you were in the 600s.
Mine was 640.5.
Okay. This guy right here, who I know had COVID, he did, had antibodies of 1.1.5, which means it's almost not traceable.
But that's going to happen because your antibodies diminish in time.
Actually,
and that
Eric,
doesn't
I'll
mean
explain that
anything.
for you in a second.
I'm all ears
But
because that's
Chris, though,
fascinating.
Took his test where I did, so his results would be
Yeah.
like mine.
So, Eric, what your friend?
Yes.
Actually, that's called. I'm almost positive it's a Rocky machine, and I've been told that 80 to 90% of all places that do testing use this Rocky machine.
Okay.
This comes from Amy Studle over at Victory Men's Health, and what that means is if you register at all 1.0, you have solid antibodies.
But that was on a different.
That's what I've heard, too.
But that's on a different scale than
Okay,
the test
that's what I
we
wanted.
took.
Okay, he took it at the same place you did.
Yes,
Okay, if your friend took, are you sure, Tabitha?
I'm positive.
Okay, no, but you're positive that only 1.0,
1.5.
1.5 shows up because I'm told if you get a measure of 1.5,
Yeah, but she also
Or
said she never heard of
2.0.
640 or 1280
No.
or, and
That-
so she's using a different scale and a different test than LabCorp does. It would have to be
The son got 2,500.
exactly.
by the same testing,
By the same
then that
testing.
would then
And
what you're saying makes sense.
And the clinical studies that I've read about in antibody testing all use a scale of what LabCorp does. The clinical studies with antibody testing all use the scale of 80 and lower, 320 and lower, 640 and lower,
Okay.
1280 and lower. And so the LabCorp test is exactly what the clinical studies test was that gives these rates.
Okay, now here I'll tell you what I know about this. Over at Victory Men's Health with Amy Studle, they use Northwestern Hospital on a Rocky machine. The Rocky machine is what 90% of all American labs use. 90% of all the labs use the Rocky machine, which uses the numbers where if you come check in at just a point, you have very high solid antibodies.
Okay.
I would
So
like to
that's
do
an-
their test too so I could compare results.
So that's the other testing, but apparently 90% of all these machines are using that testing.
Chris,
so
let's go
clearly,
redo our test.
So clearly 2,500 would not show up on this test. That's going to be the
It's
test
a different,
at
right?
LabCorp.
And I would love to. I trust Victory Men's Health. I am sure that is a top test. There's no doubt in my mind. I would like to try it and compare the results that we have, Chris.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Donna says,
All right.
why take it if you're not sick?
Well, Donna, I know, and she asked me that too. Donna,
Yeah.
when I took the ivermectin, that is when I had COVID back in November. I found out I was exposed to COVID, didn't have any symptoms. I thought I'm going to take the ivermectin to prevent getting COVID. And I went and tested just because everybody else had it. I tested positive, but I never had any symptoms. And now I have antibodies.
And now you have these. That's a pretty amazing number.
It's
it
a
really
high
is a number.
My number is moderately
Yeah.
high.
All right. So we'll continue to talk
I'll go
about
with
it.
you, Vic.
You guys go get your testing.
I'll
and
go with
keep us
you.
posted.
Come on. Well, are you interested? I know.
No,
not
it
at
wouldn't
all.
even matter. We got to get to our next story, man. We're running out of time already.
I'm interested.
Here's what we got to do.
I got to go.
We've got. Well, you do.
I want my
You don't even
number.
know if you've ever had COVID. You
I know I've
definitely
had
know.
it. I know I've had it, but I don't know the number. I want my number.
Okay.
Let me give it 10. Give me 10
from
bucks.
Parma, and I'm trying to find out the town which Parma. There's a Parma, Missouri, but an Amazon driver was driving down the street, stopped to deliver a package, but instead of coming out and just dropping off the package, the Amazon driver goes into the yard, and there's video of this encounter, and rips up a sign in the front yard of this elderly man and woman. He walks up the driveway and he says, "What is all this right here?" This is all on videotape. And he makes specific mention to a sign that he said he considered to be racially offensive. Then the homeowner says, "Everything's being recorded. It's on video and audio." The Amazon driver says, "I don't give up." And then he grabs the sign, pulls it up, kind of rips it, and just heaves it out into the street. So the guy then takes off. The Amazon driver takes off. And the older couple reports it to the news. The news say they have video. He says, "I'm afraid. I'm an old guy. I can't run." I said, "I don't want to discuss this." He's like, he's a stranger. He just mocked me and called me a coward. As the Amazon driver left, he called the old man a coward after ripping up his sign and throwing it on the street. Well, then the older man says, this isn't the first time the Amazon driver has done something. There's video of the Amazon driver throwing trash and liquid onto this elderly couple's yard.
Oh, my gosh.
The sign that the Amazon driver said that he has a problem with was Blue Lives Matter.
Which is
The
thin blue
Amazon
line.
driver
Brutal.
is an African-American man.
Brutal.
The couple is white. So right now, Parma police said they're doing a follow-up investigation, and they'll have the case reviewed by a prosecutor to determine if any charges should be
It's
filed.
a hate crime.
It is a hate crime.
It's a hate crime.
Any, you know what? In some areas, I don't know if they have this in Missouri. In some areas, it is a hate crime to target police. It absolutely is a hate crime in some areas. I don't know about the state of Missouri, but that is wrong because the thin blue line sign, that is not a hateful sign. In fact, when a police officer or anyone places that sign in their yard, stands for protection because the thin blue line, the meaning of that sign, the blue line is for blue for police officers because they wear blue uniforms. And the line is between the two black areas because that separates the community they protect from the lawlessness.
But you're missing the point. What people who are
Oh, I know.
calling
They see it
this
as
racial
racist. Yeah.
because it goes against Black Lives Matter.
But it doesn't.
Okay, I know. I'm just telling you what
They can
the
be
issue is.
synonymous. As a matter of
But
fact, somebody
how about
could
Amazon?
have both signs.
Do you think a company should fire an
They
employee?
already
Yes.
if
Oh,
there's a
God,
video?
yes. As a matter of fact, I was going to ask, do we have the number
Amazon,
of the Amazon distributing?
In a statement, the Amazon spokesman, Brendan Barbo, wrote, quote, hate. This is from Amazon. Hate, racism, or discrimination have no place in our society and are certainly not tolerated by Amazon. Okay. However, the behavior in the video, talking about his driver, does not reflect the high standards we have for our drivers.
He'll be fired Monday.
We will investigate internally, and appropriate action will be taken if needed.
Nothing will happen.
What is the name of this
it's funny
town?
because Eric, did you say that Amazon doesn't support Blue Lives Matter, right?
No, Blue Lives Matter is on the other side of the fence from Jeff Bezos' thinking as a company. That's for damn sure.
Well, it's pretty funny because I just looked up on Amazon and you can buy Blue Lives Matter
course you
signs.
You can buy anything on Amazon.
Plastic Blue Lives Matter yard signs.
Yeah,
course
and
you
you can buy
Amazon sells
Taliban headsets also.
Well,
So,
maybe
I mean,
that's why
it's
the
like,
driver was mad because he was delivering some Blue Lives Matter signs.
where does this guy work out of? What city?
It's Parma, and I'm trying to
Where's
find
Parma?
out. Well, I'm looking for it
Well,
right
if
now.
it's in the state of
Let's
Missouri,
give him a call.
If it's in the state of Missouri,
Yeah.
then these people had every right to actually shoot that guy for coming onto their line
Well,
and tearing
let's
up
not
their
go
sign
nuts.
because they would have
No,
felt
it's
threatened.
Ohio. Parma, Ohio.
Oh,
Parma,
yeah,
Ohio.
I don't know the rules in Ohio.
Ohio.
But Amazon is a communist company. I was a long-time Prime member. I ordered from Amazon literally every day. I stopped a while back. I can't remember what they did to aggravate me, but I stopped. I will never buy anything from Amazon.
The thing that gets any company a little bit interested in what you're doing is saying, "Hi, I'm Chris Knight from the Viper in St. Louis, Missouri. I'd like
No,
to
you're
talk."
not.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just being a
Why
third
don't you
party.
use Eric Johnson?
Well, because nobody cares about me. I'm Chris Knight from the Viper in St. Louis. I'm Vic Faust from Fox 2. I am Chris Renier from Fox 2. I would like to talk to the management about this incident. We have a lot of interest in the St. Louis market about what happened. Well, we can't do it right now. We'll get back to you. That kind of reach will make some movement happen. Not just some podunk individual says, "I'm really mad at your company. I'm not using you anymore." If you put the media on top of this, Vic, the needle starts to move a little bit, believe it or not. And I think we should call them. If we can find
call
out
who.
Amazon.
You're not going to get.
Amazon's not going to tell you
The
anything.
distribution center.
Jeff will take
the
our call, Eric?
distribution center where this guy works out of.
Okay, that would be in Ohio somewhere.
Fantastic. Find the number.
You're
I'll
not
call him right
gonna
now.
get- you-
Give me the number, Chris.
Because here's what happens when you call these big organizations, Eric.
I can get
No.
St. Louis distribution
No,
right
but
now.
Eric,
I can
Eric,
get it.
You're
I get
not
someone.
going to get here's what you're going to get. You'll at best you'll get put into a voicemail of somebody, and that's it. And then it's wasted radio time. It's done. It's over. You're not going to.
I don't think that's
No,
true.
Eric. Nobody's going to talk to you about this.
Nope.
And you have to contact the spokesperson via email. So this Brendan Barbeau. So here's the thing.
You got to start fighting
Blue-
fire with
they
fire.
said that
You got
some-
if you want woke culture, you need a wake culture, and this is a wake culture. And if a wake culture is not
But
doesn't
Blue
have the
Lives
balls
Matter,
enough,
according
you got
to
to protect the
driver,
Blue Lives Matter company.
and according to Amazon, is racially
It doesn't
insensitive.
matter. It doesn't matter.
You don't
have
understand
no
what I
right
just said.
to do
Amazon
that.
is selling the racially insensitive products.
to stop getting steamrolled, Vic, by the woke, the awake need to start steamrolling back, and this is an opportunity. This is a great opportunity. It's like
Well, yeah, no,
it's
I'm
like
listening- no,
it's
you're
like I'm
talking about
sick
a
of
different topic.
Oh no, I'm not.
No, you are. No, I'm
I'm
telling
not.
you what happened. You're saying what people should do.
Right. I'm saying this is what happened. The woke culture, if it was, let's say, okay, let's turn the tables. Here we go. If it was Black Lives Matter sign and a Amazon guy comes out, rips the sign up and starts doing donuts all over the place, this would be a national story. The woke media would be canceling everybody on the planet. The entire block would be canceled wherever this happened. Okay, turn the table. It is a Blue Lives Matter story now. Same kind of situation. Amazon guys doing donuts in the street. And now we're talking about the awakes, us, the people that don't want to be woke, not doing anything. There's no recourse for the awakes, it seems like. I'm saying call the hell out of this place, get as much media out there, and stop being steamrolled by this cancel culture.
Well, the guy needs to be charged. It doesn't matter if it was a hate sign or not. However he interpreted it doesn't matter. The fact is you can't go into somebody's private property and take their personal possessions and tear them up and threaten somebody at their own home.
It's in the police hands right now.
Yes,
and
it
right now
is.
the police said they're conducting their investigation to see if charges are going to be filed. And if you look at the video, there is absolutely no doubt that charges will be filed. What kind of charges? I don't know, but nobody can be allowed to bully anybody
No.
because you don't agree with what they say. You just
Absolutely.
can't. And you certainly can't go on private property
I guess
to
my,
bully somebody
I guess
either.
my point is you're right, Vic. But this would have been an opportunity for the wokes to just steamroll this couple if they were Black Lives Matter, or if it was the opposite. And it would have been game on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, this couple
just happened. Okay, it just happened. It still may. It just happened.
Yeah, the prosecutor's looking at it. We don't know, but I can tell you,
This
Amazon's
is still
not going to do
fresh.
anything.
This didn't happen a long time ago.
Let's take a look at it Tuesday when we come back. How about that?
I hope
See what
something
happens.
happens.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm going to be following that. Absolutely.
Amazon's going to give them an award.
Because
Absolutely.
that's a hate crime that's in reverse, and it needs to be brought out. I'm done with this woke. You have the awakes have to start doing something.
Hey, you know what? You can
the
call,
awakes need to start doing something, or they just need to just shut up and take the abuse that they're going to get.
Chris, let Eric call and watch what happens. That's all I'm saying. Watch what happens.
Oh, I agree.
Watch what you.
What's going to happen? Nothing. I'm going to say I would like to talk to management.
Put you into a voicemail.
I don't put anything
Fantastic.
down.
Then I don't know
tell
that.
you what's going to happen because I've been down this road and I've dealt with Amazon before, and I only speak to things that I have experience on. Go ahead, call. But I'm telling you what's going to happen. Watch. Nobody gets through. You just don't.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's right or I agree with it. I'm just telling you what happens.
Elliot Davis would sit out there with a camera at the front door.
Not even your buddy Elliot Davis would. And guess what? Elliot Davis wouldn't do this story.
And Amazon, Eric, Amazon doesn't care because guess what? They're making trillions of dollars. They don't care what anyone thinks.
It's Feel Good Thursday. I need to take a break. Someone said I needed a Snickers and a coffee. You're right. I'm not going to get mad
It feels
today.
like Friday, doesn't it?
I'm not going to get mad today.
Because it is our Friday.
Because that's where we are. Absolutely. Because we're off tomorrow and Monday, and we appreciate everybody listening to the show, of course. But we will follow that show.
We have
that
to.
story for the show on Tuesday because it is going to be interesting. And I like, you reach out to Amazon, you reach out to the homeowner and see if the homeowner would be willing to talk to us on radio as well. Because what we did here, not only is it the incident that you have right here, but it's also when I was first reading the story, the incident of, oh, you mean trash has been thrown onto the yard on video from this Amazon driver before and liquids poured onto the yard?
What they
From
need
the
to
same
do.
Amazon driver. It's on video.
The people can get a restraining order against him is what they need to do. They need to get a restraining order.
Yeah, good point.
Because that will keep him away from their property, and therefore he cannot deliver their packages, which hopefully they'll never order from Amazon again anyway.
I say
they need a restraining order.
The police department delivers a
But
30-foot
Eric's going to be
flagpole.
ordering from Amazon tomorrow.
I don't order from Amazon. I don't.
You don't?
Never.
Okay, then I love that.
I stopped months ago. I just can't remember why. Something to do with the election. I stopped ordering, never ordered from them since. I canceled all of my Prime stuff.
I knew you did.
Oh, I did. I was furious. And what's so funny is, do you know they continued to charge me for it? And I called them and told them, you've been charging me for this. Do you know they refunded me back like $362 for all my Prime charges because I was so mad at them.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, here's the story for me. Yeah, fine. Some guy did some donuts in the yard. Great, big deal. The story to me is more this. It's egregious. It's a hate crime. The wokes, as we called them for the last 2 years, have done a fantastic job using Twitter and multimedia, canceling everything. I mean, they're like a swarm of ants, army ants. They're badass. I applaud them. They have done such a great job taking everything out that they see. You need to get on a team. And the team that we're going to start, and I need somebody to make the A-Team theme song start immediately, or Rocky or something. It's called the Awakes. And the Awakes are people that don't give a damn what the cancel culture does anymore. They don't care. It's like you are the Cubs. Well, we're the Cardinals. We don't care what you say about us. That has to happen. And we should make jerseys, and we should have helmets, and we should have a team meeting every day that says if anybody tries to cancel you, say screw you. I don't give a damn what you say. I'm done with the woke crap, the cancel culture. I'm done with it. I'm seriously. And another thing, I don't know why there aren't 100,000 people sitting outside of the offices of Twitter and Facebook saying, why are you canceling everybody? Why are you taking the ex-president of the United States off the air? Well, I've literally, that is the big one that I cannot figure out. Why are you, screw the Capitol. They don't have any power. Go to Facebook and go to Twitter and sit outside their offices and say, we're not leaving here until you stop taking posts down. This is the United States of America. There's this thing called the First Amendment.
All right, we got a break.
I knew you were going to say that.
We got to. It's past the time. I'm in charge of that.
I was
Sorry.
on a roll.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell. We come back. We're going to talk with Dallas Thompson, Missouri Highway Patrol, find out what's going on with our great men and women of the Missouri Highway Patrol coming into a holiday weekend. Don't go anywhere. Share the show 100.7 The Viper. We'll be back right after this.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7
The Viper.
Today, I'm taking it to the streets to give people the good news. Oh, excuse me. Hello. I'm Flo from Progressive, and did you know...
No, I'm just waiting for the bus.
So then you have time to hear about how with Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance.
Yeah, if I was interested in talking to you, which I'm not.
Okay, I'll do the talking, and you just check if you can be saving, which is going to be pretty hard to do if you put on your headphones. Okay.
See if you're paying too much for home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. It's the final days to save up to $1,000 on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds and adjustable bases, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. You are 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
An important part of staying healthy is keeping up with your regular preventative exams like mammograms and colonoscopies. Barnes-Jewish St. Peter's Hospital and Progress West Hospital offer convenient locations for you to keep on schedule with your screenings and with extra protocols in place to keep you safe during your visit. Early detection is your best medicine. To schedule an appointment, call 636-928-WELL or visit bjcstcharlescounty.org.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. Puff bars and disposables now available.
Hi, this is Curtis Parks. I'm the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Now that things are back open, the vaccines are out, we are ready to get back to work. The kids are home, and I'm sure you're ready to go back to work too. We are hiring all positions. We are looking for everyone and anyone that wants to make life better for themselves, and we want you now. CompleteAB.com is where you apply. CompleteAB.com. Join the complete experience. No more sitting at home. Let's get back to work. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the cars.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
You want to scare the shit out of people and get paid for it? St. Louis's most notorious haunted house is now hiring.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
Apply online at panicfest.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Thanks for listening to the show, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. And we appreciate you listening. Phone number 636-695-2915. Real quick, from Facebook, my neighbor has a BLM sign, an LGBT sign, a Biden sign, and I'm not trespassing or hurting him because I don't agree. This Amazon guy is like a time bomb. Respect. Everybody should be able to voice their opinions and respect without being bullied in any way. And if you do bully somebody, it's against the law.
It's against the law.
So there you go. Speaking of the law, how do you like that transition, Eric?
You nailed it.
All right. Thank you. We talked to our good friend Dallas Thompson with the Missouri Highway Patrol. Dallas, you're just going to take the weekend off, right?
Well, that would be a novel idea, and hopefully the weekend is not too busy where we can get a little time off. But No, we're definitely going to be on duty this weekend.
All right, give us an update. It's the holiday weekend. I know you like to give us updates and reminders, but what's on your guys' mind as we head into the Labor Day weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we know the end of summer, so one of the last big travel weekends we have of the year for summertime, and people's going to be trying to take advantage of the nice weather that's coming out, and they're going to be trying to travel across our states for that one last mini vacation since schools are back in session. People are going to be trying to go out to the lakes and rivers and streams and try to enjoy that one last time for the year. So we know we're going to see an increase in traffic over the next several days. So troopers are going to be out doing what we do, enforcing traffic laws and trying to make our roadways safer.
I'm so happy.
We'll be doing our...
I'm so happy that you guys are fixing Highway 70 out here in St. Charles. The DOT is doing
MoDOT.
it. MoDOT's doing it. There have been some seriously sick potholes on Highway 70 in St. Charles. I won't even talk about the potholes in St. Louis. Oh my God. How do you go 100 miles an hour going down to St. Louis with the road work that's going on? It's crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a very good question, and I don't know why people do it, but they seem to still be doing that. So, like I said, we're going to have our troopers out there trying to slow people down, but we are happy that MoDOT is being able to get out there and address those issues and try to rectify some of those potholes that's out there in that area.
Dallas, I am still as frustrated as I was the last time I talked to you. People will not slow down. They have the need to drive literally as fast as they can until they reach the car in front of them and then can't go any faster, and then they swerve and they drive in and out of traffic recklessly. I see it every single day on the highway. What are we going to do about it? Because I bet there have been more fatalities in the past year than there probably ever has been.
Well, there's not more fatalities right at this point in time as far as that goes, but the causes of the crashes are exactly what you're saying. People driving too fast for the road conditions, people driving at high rates of speeds, and being distracted on our roadways. So the number of fatalities is not really up at this point in time.
I am shocked by that.
The same place we was the same time last year, but the reason for the crashes are exactly what you're saying. And those crashes are up. Those high-speed crashes, those distracted driving crashes are up compared to previous years.
People are maniacs.
I don't know that you can comment on this one, and this might be a little bit too inside, but there was an accident with an RV in Wentzville about 3 weeks ago. It caught on fire, and I never knew what happened. What happened to the driver? I mean, does anybody have any idea how that accident happened? It went right into the side of a rock.
With all the details of it, but we just know that the driver, for some reason, ran off the right side of the roadway and struck that rock bluff with the RV. And after striking the rock bluff, it burst into flames. So what caused him to run off the road, that's kind of still under investigation. We're still not 100% sure on what caused that to occur.
I mean, if you're going to drive those things around, you can't be getting off those exits at 100 miles an hour, I would imagine.
Yeah, but he might have had a medical condition.
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. We see the effects of these accidents. We just don't know. It's like a learning lesson. I look at them as a lesson to figure out what not to do.
I just don't think people who are driving 100 miles an hour down the highway realize that what they're doing. I mean, they're in this vehicle, 1,000-pound or however many pounds vehicle. And when you're driving, 90, 100 miles an hour, what damage that can do to your body and to the people you hit. It's just unbelievable.
Dallas,
you're absolutely correct.
When you look at a Labor Day weekend compared to other weekends, is it every bit as dangerous? Is it less dangerous? What seems to be the case, and what kind of reminders?
I'd say they're a little more dangerous simply because there's more traffic on our roadways. More people traveling across the state for different destinations than you normally see. Especially starting tomorrow afternoon, people's going to be getting off work, and they're going to be leaving straight from work or straight as soon as they get home and change and get on the road to get to their destinations. So, tomorrow evening, all the major interstates and major roadways are probably going to be, more bumper-to-bumper traffic than you're normally going to see on another given day of the week. So, so they're a little more dangerous simply because of that. And because there's so much more traffic, people driving at those high speeds like we've been talking about is what's going to give us more issues on our roadways and cause those accidents to occur.
Cousin of mine was on Highway 70. I don't know why I keep picking on Highway 70, but she said that she had to slow down because she heard gunfire. Can you give us an update on just the random firings down on the Highway 70? And I mean 44, 55 if you want to. Another one, I guess, happened on 44 not too long
It's
ago
everywhere.
also.
Yeah, I mean, those incidents are still occurring. We're trying to be out there and be visible and do our part to deter people from doing those types of acts of violence on the roadways. But they're still going to occur from time to time, unfortunately. So we just got to hope people are taking heed to our warnings and looking for us to be out there and just try to be better people on the roadways and in general, and just not be doing those kind of acts of violence towards each other.
It's supposed to be a nice weekend, Dallas. Let's talk about the water a little bit. Are you guys ready to go on all the waterways, the lakes, the rivers, etc.?
Yes, we are. We got all of our marine divisions going to be out and about this weekend on the lakes and the rivers and streams, enforcing boating laws, making sure people are wearing their life vests when they're required to, and just making sure that people are being safe. If they're out on float streams, hopefully people got those life jackets on. We've had several drownings throughout the year on different rivers. So we really want to emphasize to people this year to make sure that they got that life vest on. And if you don't have it on, when something bad happens, you don't have time to grab it and get it on. So if you're going to be on the water, the best thing to do is just put that life vest on and wear it at all times.
Anything else we haven't talked about yet today, Dallas, that we should be talking about when we get in this weekend? Any calls, anything with your men and women on Missouri Highway Patrol?
Well, like I said, we're going to be out in full force this weekend enforcing all traffic laws, really targeting speed, distracted driving, aggressive driving, impaired driving. Every county across Troop C is going to be doing DWI and hazardous moving saturation.
Woo!
So you're going to see a lot more troopers on the roadway throughout the weekend, trying to do our part to keep our roadways safe all weekend long. And then our Marine Division is going to be on the waters just as well. So just want people to remember to slow down. If you're going to go to parties or whatever you got going this weekend, you're going to be, imbibing in some adult beverages. Find yourself a designated driver. Be smart. Don't get on the roadway after you've been driving and wind up being in an accident or something.
I give you complete permission to pull anyone over texting while they're driving. This is me talking to you. You can pull anybody over this weekend. Because I tell you what, I've almost been in 20 car accidents now with someone sideswiping me because they're texting on Facebook or whatever they're doing. I swear it's like it's the equivalent of being drunk driving, in my opinion. But
people just drive, Eric, like nuts. Last night I was driving down the highway. I was terrified. I thought one of these people is going to hit me and kill me. I mean, it could be any number of them.
What was the reason?
Driving fast.
That's
and
what the street
swerving.
sign said when you came by.
Hey, now I am a very cautious driver, and my Jeep doesn't allow me to go very far over the speed limit.
You've been known to take a few signs out there.
Only in the snow. Oh, Dallas, that wasn't my fault.
That's what Jeeps do.
That's what they all say, right, Dallas? It wasn't my fault.
Dallas could write
never their fault.
Right,
no,
right.
hell no.
Well, I do get it, Tabitha, in the snow. I do get it.
It was a snowy day.
It was a Jeep. It was a snowy day, and it was a stop sign. What else? What could go wrong?
Hey, no vehicle, even if it's a 4-wheel drive, is good on ice. Nothing is.
Okay.
Hey, Dallas, before we let you go, are you still looking for troopers, Missouri Highway Patrol? And if so, how can people get involved and try to sign up or whatever you need to do, applications and so forth?
Absolutely. We're always looking for qualified people to want to join our team, join our family, and be troopers and enforce traffic laws and try to make our state safer. If anyone's interested, they can go to our Highway Patrol website at motrooper.com and go to the careers tab and look at the job listings there. And like I said, we also have jobs, if you're not interested in being a state trooper, we also got civilian jobs. We've got commercial vehicle officers, we've got driver's examiners, motor vehicle inspectors, all kinds of different civilian jobs that we have outside the realm of being road troopers. So anyone's interested, check us out on our careers tab and please apply.
Love it.
Dallas Thompson with the Missouri Highway Patrol. Thanks again to you and the men and women of Missouri Highway Patrol. And, of course, send our thanks to the job that you guys are doing to the rest of those people.
We sure will. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, Dallas Thompson, have a terrific weekend, Labor Day weekend, that's for sure.
I have Tourette syndrome because every time I see a cop or if I see a trooper like in Waffle House or wherever, I swear to God, I can't even control myself. I always go over and shake their hand or say thank you.
That's not Tourette's.
It is something because
No,
it's like
you care.
involuntary.
You care, and that's great, and that's what it should be about.
Love those guys. I love talking to those guys. You know, they have so many stories. They're the kind of people that have so many things that they can't talk about that I just am fascinated with. Come on, open up to me, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Dallas says that they will accept if people try. They're not looking for it, but they will accept if people try to take care of them wherever they are with a meal here or a meal there or just a thank you.
And they deserve it.
Things of that kind when you go through. So it is holiday weekend, of course. Try to stay as safe as you possibly can. I did find it interesting. He said, we're going to be all over.
Yes.
Be careful.
Yeah. I heard the DWI.
Checkpoints, speed points. And I'm assuming that would probably start tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah.
Where you'll see more of a heavy presence, which is, I guess, a good thing. You know?
It is a good thing.
Get people out there. Be safe.
Right. And people need to please slow down. You don't need to drive as fast as your car will allow.
Well, that would be 30 miles an hour for you.
Hey, now.
It's very slow.
How fast can your Jeep drive?
I usually drive
comfortably.
I always drive 5 miles over the speed limit, no matter where I'm at.
So 60.
So regardless of whatever the
Can
speed
it
limit
really hit
is,
can your Jeep hit 60?
Come on now. Yes, my Jeep could hit 80 or 85.
Okay,
I choose
but it's not comfortable.
not to drive that
it's
fast.
not comfortable.
Well, you know, it's a Jeep. I mean, it is what it is. It's a bumpier ride. But you know what? My little Audi was a super bumpy ride, but it was a real smooth 120
An
miles per
Audi?
hour. I used to have a little Audi TT, but I sold it.
If you want smooth and comfortable, I can't. Here's my. I'm not getting paid for
the
this.
Audi TTs are very low to the ground. I would not call it smooth or comfortable.
If you want smooth, comfortable, fast, great sound system, the only car to buy is a Lexus. I'll just put that out on the table.
You don't even drive a Lexus.
I know I don't drive a
But
Lexus.
he did.
But it is so.
You miss your Lexus.
They say when I lived in Alaska, they say you'll always come back. Everybody that goes to Alaska, they always. Lexus is the Alaska of cars. You always want to go back. It's so the way they make Lexus. I don't know how they do it. You shut the door and you can't hear anything outside. You get on the highway, boom, you're at 120 miles an hour before you know it. It's got more than enough. I digress.
Maybe because I had a pre-owned one, I wasn't that excited, Eric, but I was not thrilled with the Lexus.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
What year was it? 1921?
It was like 4 years ago. Something. I don't even know, Eric. Oh my God, I have no. Okay, as the holiday weekend approaches, is PRL anyway this weekend?
No,
Eric?
we are off.
So you're totally off.
Off.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very good thing.
Yeah.
Also, the CDC is telling people that if you're not vaccinated, you should not travel this weekend.
I guess I'm going to stay home.
That's the rebuttal from the other side, right? Tabitha's giggle.
I know, but I'm dead serious. That's what we're being told.
Of course you're serious. That's insanity, pure insanity. Because if you haven't been vaccinated, you shouldn't travel. But yet we all spread COVID the same, and that's according to the CDC. Vaccinated and unvaccinated have the same viral loads.
Did you know when this country was in lockdown / masking
We need
craziness?
to get back to that. That just hit me when Eric's done.
We went to Florida, and that was when the masking thing was all a rage. Actually, PRL went somewhere. We went on a ski trip. That's what it was. The flights were packed. They were absolutely packed. No one is listening to the CDC about this. You shouldn't travel crap. Everybody is forgetting about this thing. Even the teachers in your local schools who have said, I am super scared to go to school because unless people wear masks, they are so hypocritical and they are so over masking that they're not even masking. Just ask Chesterfield Elementary School, where little kids are being forced at gunpoint to put a mask on their face. I'm sorry, check mark on a clipboard point. But the teachers aren't wearing it. They're not afraid of this stuff anymore. I don't know what they're doing, but it's hypocritical. We're over it. I can't even get excited about it anymore. I'm trying desperately to show, oh, my God, this is great content for a radio show. No, it's not. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about COVID anymore. They just don't. Delta, Lambda, Lambda, whatever it is.
Frustrated with it.
And then
they're
the other half,
frustrated
Eric,
with
is
it.
scared.
They're frustrated.
There's still scared people out
And
there.
whether you care about it or whether we care about it or not, it still affects our lives. That's the problem.
I say when you get into the ratio of 80 to 90% of the people who say, yeah, I'm still nervous about this thing, but they still go to Walmart without a mask on, they're over it too. You can say, I'm nervous about COVID. Well, let's put our mask on. Let's go to Home Depot. I don't need a mask. Then they're not really that afraid of it anymore.
In that scenario or that hypothetical, absolutely.
Because that's where you're going to spread it. You're going to spread it in a place that's a public venue that people are there 24 hours a day.
As Tabitha's told us and talked about too, Eric, I went into a Schnucks in St. Louis County 2 days ago, and I was in the minority of not wearing a mask. So
I went to Schnucks last night, and there were several people that had a mask on, as Victor here says in the comment line.
But what were you in, St. Charles County or St. Louis County?
I was in St. Charles County.
Okay.
We now have the MU variant making its way around. It's in 39 different countries. And allegedly, the MU variant is not affected at all by the vaccine. The vaccine does zilch.
Well, we're
against
also
the
getting
MU variant.
reports that the vaccine does zilch against the
Delta variant.
Delta variant
Correct.
as well. That is also coming from, quote, Fauci and the CDC as well. I mean, so once again, and then you have the booster situation where you have the two FDA regulators of the vaccine who quit because they said the White House was telling everybody they had to have the booster. And the WHO is going, wait a second, we're not ready for this. We didn't say that.
Right.
But the White House is saying everybody's ready and didn't decipher, as we said yesterday, between immunocompromised people and the rest of the public.
Just another check mark on the incompetence level of the White House.
It's another control measure because guess what? If we're at home in our houses and we're force-fed state-ran news, we'll never know that Joe Biden is lying to the world. That's what COVID's about. All about censorship.
What's he lying about?
Lying. He is a liar, is what he is. And he needs to be immediately removed from office immediately.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't think she's the only one saying it, Vic.
Oh, I am definitely not.
No, there's
saying
guys in Congress saying it.
Well, she's talking about a second issue, Eric. You weren't here for the first bag today.
What's
the first
that?
segment. About the whole issue with transcript and call being made to the Afghan president.
Did you read my? I asked you to read my post. Did you read my post?
I read the post.
Did you read the
It's
transcript?
Yeah, I read the Well, I didn't. I perused it, but I understand what it's about. Yeah, this is way more than anything Donald Trump ever did. But you don't see. But you don't. Here's the other
And
thing.
there's
Okay,
proof.
this is a great point. Woke versus awake. The Reds versus the Blues. Where in the hell are the Adam Schiffs running up to microphones with Schumer in the Senate? Where are our people saying this guy needs to be impeached over this thing?
There are people saying
Where?
it. There are. There's plenty of people in Congress saying it right now. Now, what they'll do about it and how far it'll get, that's a whole nother story because Pelosi will shut every single thing down.
This is horrible.
Everything. It won't
because
get
I
far.
am this president of the United States. I'm bribing you or blackmailing you, whatever it is. You need to keep your act together for at least 30 days. Then after 30 days, it's all whatever.
It's by far the biggest scandal of his presidency. It's not going to go away. But like Vic said earlier, nothing's going to happen either because the regime is running the country right now. They're not going to let anything
If you have
happen.
control of the party or if you have control of the Senate, you can pretty much do what you want.
Exactly.
That's life.
Pelosi will shut that down
You
so
find your
fast.
way to work within the situation to hopefully try and change things. Now, you also have to understand what the rules are you're playing. You just don't get to make up your own rules, even if the rules governing you are wrong. Ask people in Afghanistan how they feel. You know,
They're dying. That's how they feel.
So that's what happens here. You have to do the best that you can in the situations you are. From the Facebook line again, quote, they're going to release a new variant monthly. They're, quote, never going to let this end.
Where's Kamala? I've been looking for her.
She's off cackling somewhere in the
No,
corner.
she showed back up from her Southeast Asia trip. She was in the background of some of the Biden press conferences. She was there. She hasn't said anything, but
how come?
She's not the president.
She's not allowed to.
She's a vice president.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, did I like her trip to Southeast Asia? No. But do you think Donald Trump was sidestepping to let Mike Pence speak?
No, here's the deal. Wait a minute.
No, but
wait
Mike
a minute.
Pence
Strike
spoke.
that. Strike that.
He spoke.
Because Mike Pence was on that podium every day as the task force leader of the COVID, whatever,
But we're
the
not,
COVID
but we're
brigade.
not- yeah, but that was a different situation because
Okay.
Judy called.
Fantastic.
Right now, there was no situation for her to be in charge.
Who's
of.
the czar of the southern border right now?
Oh, that is.
She
Kamala.
refused that
She
job,
did-
remember?
she
Doesn't matter.
she's not
It's
in
still
charge of it.
hers.
It's
According
not
to
her
Joe
job.
Biden, it is.
No, he has changed. He has not.
Oh,
said
is that right?
anymore.
I didn't know that.
Yep, he was asked about it, and he didn't
I bet he
address
was.
it. So once again, she's not in charge of the border anymore. He asked her to go do it, and she said no. So there you go.
Because
you learn something new on this
Joe
show every
knows.
day. I didn't know that. I thought that it was still her response because you have to have these tasks, and you go all the way up the chain, and boom, there's a Kamala Harris. And if you want anything done about the border, boom, there she is, right there.
She's doing
and now
so much.
And now she's not that anymore. I didn't know that. You learn. That's why you listen to The Edge, or you come here and you talk on The Edge. One of the two. You learn something new every day here.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Morning Show is coming right back.
For 70 years and counting, NHRA Championship Drag Racing is the fastest, most explosive sport on earth. The NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series is headed to St. Louis at full speed. Join us for the NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 24th through 26th at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Feel the power. Get tickets at WWTRaceway.com. Brought to you in part by the Office of Illinois Tourism and Illinois South Tourism.
It's like I blinked, and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide. And we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
An important message from Quiver River Electric Cooperative. During this unprecedented time in our world, we want to emphasize our commitment to continue delivering reliable power while keeping our members and employees safe. Our linemen are taking precautions to stay socially distanced. Other employees are working from home. Although we've adjusted our operations, we want you to know that we are still here and we will continue to keep the lights on. For more, visit quiver.com or call us at 1-800-392-3709. Quiver River Electric, a touch-tone energy cooperative.
Hey, Dan Breen here for someone other than my kid's restaurant, and that's Brian Dawson Roofing. If you're renting, I'll give you permission to tune this out, unless you just like the sound of my voice. If you're a homeowner, business owner, or one of those rental property moguls, sooner or later you're going to need a reputable roofer. That's when you call Brian Dawson. I met Brian on a men's retreat a couple years ago. This man has the expertise and the integrity to take care of all your roofing needs. I've trusted Brian Dawson with my roofing needs. You should too.
Compass Health Network is opening a new 24-hour crisis center in Wentzville, and we are looking for healthcare professionals to help care for people when they need us most. We have openings for licensed therapists, nurses, community living instructors, integrated health specialists, and triage clinicians. Compass Health Network offers a supportive work environment and great benefits. Come join our team and help us inspire hope and promote wellness. Find out more at careers.compasshealthnetwork.org.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Feel like you're in a fight? Feel like you're training?
This one
so
never,
much going on in the world?
This one never did it for me.
Are you serious?
No.
You asked for
I
it
can't
earlier.
think of
What
a
do you
better
mean?
training
No.
song from when I was a kid in high school.
Can you play this, Eric Johnson?
No,
This is so 80s and you're
I'll
so
tell you-
80s. That shocks me.
I'll tell you the two that used to pump me up when I was a kid. The true Rocky theme song, the real one with the orchestra. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. That one. The Monday Night Football, the old Monday Night Football theme song. Dun, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum.
Yeah, but that's not like working out. Like
Yes, it
right.
was. For me, it was. And then the third one was the theme to Grease.
Oh, my God. Oh, my.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. True story.
The movie
I'm not
Grease?
afraid to say it.
I thought you were going to say Rocky 4 when
No.
Stallone's
even-
training
No.
in Russia.
Those are the three.
I
Oh,
don't
my
even know
God.
what it is.
Those are the three. You have the theme to Grease on there somewhere?
I don't even know what that is.
Do you really want me to play
Grease is the word.
Are you
The
kidding?
Bee Gees?
Yeah. No, it's not the Bee Gees. It's Frankie
Avalon.
Frankie Valley.
Or Frankie Valley, yeah.
What is it?
Oh, my
I
God.
can like whatever
We
the
have
hell
lost-
I want to like. And then I went to Van Halen after that.
Frankie Valli, what?
The theme song to Grease. When I was a kid, I used to love that song.
Grease is the word?
Yes, Grease is the word. All right, back to COVID.
It took me a couple seconds to remember that.
Back to COVID.
But I mean, that's a pretty good song, but I would it be in my top 100 songs?
Yeah, like psych up songs. Much less 100 songs.
But then you would hear Don Meredith, and you would hear Howard Cosell, and Monday Night Football would come on, and it would jack me up. That was a great theme song. That one got me going. Yes, bring the high heat. Come on, man.
There's no heat with this song.
There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat.
This song brings no heat.
No heat.
Now you're going to get us kicked off of Facebook for copyright laws.
That's true.
That was an accident.
There goes that show.
That was an accident. We are sorry.
You guys have your guilty pleasures too.
I don't think
I'm not afraid to tell you
Guys,
what my guilty pleasures
everybody
are.
have an awesome weekend. We appreciate you joining us, Eric Johnson.
What about
Chris
some
Knight,
Gino Vanilli?
Tabitha. Who? Millie Vanilli?
Not Millie Vanilli, Gino Vanilli. Go listen to some Gino.
No idea who that is.
Oh, wow. And I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Have an awesome weekend. We'll see you Tuesday
How
morning.
about Scritty Politti?
Thanks for all of our guests.
I like Scritty Politti too.
The weekend has begun a little early. We'll see you tonight for Fox 2 News at 5, and then we'll see you after college football, Ohio State, Minnesota, on Fox 2, kicking off the college football stadium. So it's a late night. We'll see you then. Have an awesome day.
Brendan Shanahan's up next for some, and Dan Bongino for others. Have a great holiday weekend.